robots who are just moving around, just running from room to room and losing the sense of humanity, the sense of crying, the sense of saying we are really, really losing our real humanity and our hearts. Today, we are remembering our murderers, our countries, and the children, the death of many children, the losing dreams of them. Can you imagine how many countries have been destroyed? How many children have lost their dreams? How many people right now are just like names in statics? Do you think this is only in screen? Did it break your heart? And you stay here right now coming with the same ego and on the opposite leg, giving the people the right to say we need only not just only on climate justice, we need like a freedom. The freedom in our language, the freedom in our spaces, the freedom to spend, being able to change countries without being afraid, the freedom to wearing our flags, the freedom to say that I'm here, I'm representing country, I'm representing people, and genocide is still ongoing. And what I only have to say is, for the people in the room, shame! 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 You are still obstacling every process to getting the right people the rights. Shame for being like getting outside the rooms. Shame for all people who wasn't able to make it here in Bonn for some visa injustice because of their nationality. Shame! What do you want? Climate justice! What do we want? Now! Sorry. The destruction of our ecosystems is not collateral damage. Killing humans are not casualties. These are the words they are calling us. This is what they are using in their news, in the text, that we are casualties, that we are collateral damage. Poisoned water, burning forests, contaminated soil, destroying homes. This is our reality. And this is happening now in one region, but it's going to happen everywhere. Put that in mind. There is no climate negotiations without human rights. There is no climate justice without ending destruction. There is no climate finance while they are funding wars everywhere. And they are cutting the budget that's feeding people and giving them access to life. I would love now to introduce my comrade Dylan from Hungary.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for the opportunity to speak. This is a topic that is often ignored in these talks, but it couldn't be closer to the reality that we discuss here. We've heard about the reality on the ground from those experiencing genocide and violent occupation, and I come from one of the countries responsible for this. I can't name this country, but it is a small island known for its extensive colonialism. I want to assure all of you that the government does not speak for the people. We stand against the bombs, we stand against genocide, and we will continue to do so. Children have been murdered by bombs that were made on my land. When we try to prevent this, we are deemed terrorists, we are beaten, we are imprisoned. This is a fight against global north governance and the entire global system of neo-colonialism for basic human dignity and decency. My government, global north government, would rather beat and imprison their own citizens than stop financing and committing genocide. That is disgusting, and we cannot have any respect for those countries in these laws. This is not separate from climate justice. They use these same tactics against climate activists. They beat climate activists. They throw gas over these activists and they imprison them. Because we are challenging a system. the climate crisis is also colonialism. It is these same colonial countries. This is not disconnected. People are their land. When you commit genocide, you disconnect people from their land. The land is weaponized to do genocide. People's plants, their trees, their water is poisoned. And in the end, they are forced to leave or die. We must stand against this. There's no climate justice without human rights. And there's no climate justice with occupation and genocide. What do we want?
Climate justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Climate justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Thank you very much.
When I see, what do we see? When I say, what do we see? You say global inequality. And what do we fight? You say global apartheid. Okay? What do we see? Global inequality. What do we fight? Climate apartheid. What do we see? Global inequality. What do we fight? Climate apartheid. What do we see? Global inequality. What do we fight?
Climate apartheid!
People over profit. Planet over power. People over profit.
Climate over power! People over profit! Climate over power!
Now, I would love to introduce my comrade Jack. A liberating afternoon, friends, comrades, and everyone over here who can hear my voice. First of all, I'd like us all to reflect on why we are here. What brought many of us into the climate justice movement? Is it not ultimately about the belief that life is valuable, that we all deserve to live dignified lives and futures? And so for this reason, the genocide and violence unfolding in other parts of the world should be understood as part of the system that drives climate catastrophe. Every bomb dropped, every bullet fired is a direct result of the same greed that drills into our earth and poisons our waters and our lands. It is an expression of the same process of colonialism sustained by enduring structures of imperialism. And perhaps that is what makes this moment so painful. Because we understand very clearly what is lost. We understand that land represents years of labor, that destroyed homes once belonged to families whose stories may never be told, that there are children who will never see the future that we are trying so hard to fight for. We understand that what's happening is an ecocide because it is not just an assault on human life, it is an assault on the ecological foundations upon which human life depends. So it is no coincidence for us that the very powers enabling this genocide, enabling this ecocide, are the very ones that profit from torturing our planet. These same global north countries. Unfortunately, I cannot name them because of a set of rules from a bygone era. These global north governments, they sell us fantasies of markets, of technologies, to evade responsibility and to further colonize us. They tell us there is no money for climate action, there is no money for the global south, even when we face worsening climate impacts. Yet somehow, they are readily pouring trillions of dollars into stoking wars, militarizing communities, bombing them when the war economy
anything, it is that our peoples have always resisted. No empire has ever convinced humanity that injustice is justice forever. Many of our comrades are unable to stand with us today. Some are still living under siege and may never have the same opportunities like us to speak in these spaces. So for them, we stand in solidarity with them and we honor them because we know that our struggles arise from a common desire for liberation from the clutches of imperialism, and the least we can do is to refuse to allow our collective suffering to be sidelined from the very conversations happening inside these halls. And if climate justice means anything to any of us, then that means recognizing that a system that is willing to destroy entire peoples is also a system willing to destroy the planet. And if we are serious about confronting one, then we cannot and should not remain silent about the other. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jack. That's why we're saying, no climate justice without liberation! No climate justice without liberation! No climate justice without liberation! No climate justice under occupation! No climate justice under occupation! No climate justice under occupation! I would love to introduce the tune from a film place. It's like noisy comes and will speak. We are here today to share our stories, better our struggles, and reach our narratives in our own voices. In a system that centers the profit and power and sidelines people, we are here to recenter people and love. Militarisation, capitalism, extractivism, and occupation are all different forms of the very same system that we are here to fight. Even if you hear us and you don't have the courage to come, and you cannot hear us, in this system destroys ecosystems and causes development. It poisons land and water and causes insecurity. It displaces and kills people and causes strategy. We are here to demand justice and accountability. We are here to demand demilitarization, decolonization, and decarbonization, because there are some concepts. Justice is liberation. Justice means we do not have to check whether our loved ones are online or WhatsApp after a strike to know if they are alive or not. Justice means returning home after war without having to worry the chemical used to warm our houses and land, which goes after the population cancer and diseases years down the line. It means having a home to return to in the first place. It means having a dad or a father and husband who will come to you as you go back home. But this is not the reality. Many people, many kids and wives found themselves widows and orphans overnight. And all they are left with are memories and pictures. Justice means that our people are not asked to adapt to occupation, genocide, displacement, and war. Justice means that survival is not labeled as resilience. So we're not taking the right labels anymore. Yet, we are not here as pacifists. We are here as political actors, shaping the narrative and demanding our right of liberation. And this is what we ask you all to help us with, to carry our struggles, carry our narrative, and let's achieve justice together. Even if they don't want to grant it to us, we have to pull it ourselves from them. Demilitarize, decolonize, and decarbonize. Thank you. When I say what do we need, you say liberation. When do we need it, you say now. What do we need?
Liberation!
When do we need it?
Now!
What
region.
First of all, I would love to open by narrating something in Arabic. Because these systems that have been deliberately slaughtering our people are humiliating us. So here it goes. لا تصالح ولو منحوك الذهب ترى حين أفقع عينيك ثم أدفن جوهرتين مكانهما هل ترى هي أشياء لا تشترى. Translated as don't reconcile even if they give you gold. I wonder if I got your eyes and replaced them with 2 gems, would you see? This stands for the rise of resistance for our people. It stands for the rise of liberation. And it stands to remind everyone here in this space that we are not gonna let this system, destructive system, exploit our bodies, our land, and keep calling for climate justice. What climate justice here? How can you ensure climate justice on occupied land? How can you ensure climate justice when we cannot even name countries who've been bombing and slaughtering us for hundreds of years? How can we ensure the system would be just when we cannot even call the countries that we're coming from or been under liberation? How we can ensure the system is just when we cannot even count the emissions of their destruction, of their wars? Not as if like counting emissions would solve our problems, of course it's not. But still they don't even let us identify who we are in every single space. We're here not because we trust or believe the system, but we're here just to keep our resisting and narrative going on. No climate justice under occupation!
No climate justice under occupation!
No